Hello friends, I welcome you all for a lecture on transportation problem. In this lecture, let us discuss the IBFS by list cost method. So in this lecture, we will only obtain initial basic feasible solution by list cost method. It is also called as matrix minimum method or LCM. LCM is the abbreviation of least cost method. Now this is a given problem. In this problem, we are given a location as factory and destinations as warehouses. There are three factories F1, F2, F3. These factories produce homogeneous product, that is same type of product, and which is to be transported to various warehouses as per the requirements is given, and availability of each of the factories, that is production capacity, is given. These are the unit cost of production given in the matrix. So unit cost of uh, transportation is given in the matrix. That means suppose from factory F2 to warehouse W1, unit cost of transportation is rupees 70. For a product to transport from F2 to warehouse W2, the unit cost of transportation is 30. So accordingly, various combinations are given, as we know that from each of the factories transportation is possible to each of the warehouses. So therefore, for each of the combinations the transportation cost is given, and our intention is to minimize the total transportation cost. Now here let us obtain the IBFS by least cost method. So as per this method, let us locate or identify a cost where it has minimum value. So if you observe in the cost table, this cell contains the lowest cost. So let us make the first allocation at this cost. So allocation is made in the upper left corner of that list cost. So how much allocation is possible? Allocation is nothing but the quantity which we want to allocate at that cost. So here if we look at the supply and demand, or you can say the requirement and availability for that particular cost, this cost is located in the row of factory F3. So their availability is 18 units, while for the warehouse its demand is 8. So the demand can be fulfilled here. We can allocate the quantity 8. So demand or requirement of warehouse W2 is fulfilled now. So it has no more any requirement, and the availability of the factory F3 reduces by 8. So 18 minus 8, again it can give the total number of units 10. Now as the requirement is fulfilled, let us neglect this column from further calculations, as the requirement or demand is fulfilled. Now in the remaining cells, now again observe, where is the minimum cost? Minimum cost is 10. So at this place let us allocate some quantity. So allocate quantity. So how much quantity we can allocate? Look at the availability. Availability is here 7 and requirement is 14. So out of which we can use the availability of factory F1 completely here, and our requirement reduces by here 7. So 14 minus 7, 7. Again requirement remains is 7, but the supplying capacity or availability is exhausted at the factory F1. Now let us neglect this row from further calculations. Now again observe, where is the minimum cost in the given table? if you observe, the minimum cost is 20. Now look at the availability and requirement. Now requirement for this warehouse is now 7, but availability possible is 10. So we can allocate the quantity, the minimum of these two. Always keep in mind the minimum value between these two is to be allocated, and then make subtraction. 7 minus 7 0, 10 minus 7 3. Now requirement is here satisfied for the warehouse W4. So let us neglect this row from further calculations. Now if you observe here, now let us check again where is the minimum cost now in the remaining cells. Now if you observe, there is a tie. Here is also 40, here is also 40 as a minimum cost. You can select any one randomly. So I select this one. I am taking here a random decision because at two places there is the same minimum cost. So there is a tie, and whenever there is a tie, make the decision for allocation arbitrarily or randomly. Now if I select this cost for allocation, so what is the requirement here and what is the availability, out of which whichever is smaller, let us allocate that quantity here. That means we can give 7 units for the warehouse W3. Now its requirement is fulfilled and availability is reduced by 7. So 9 minus 7, that is 2. Now for W3, its requirement is satisfied. Now check again in the table where are the remaining costs and which one is the minimum. Now if you observe, between these two, 40 is the minimum. So for this cost, how much quantity we can allocate? Now availability is 3 in that row and the requirement is 5. So let us allocate the quantity whichever is smaller here, because it cannot make avail more than 3 units. So 3 minus 3 0, and 5 minus 3 again required is 2 units quantity. Now this row let us delete from further considerations because its availability is completely exhausted. Now if you observe, there is only one cell remaining for allocation, and as this was a balanced assignment problem, therefore for the last cell, supply and demand, that is requirement and availability, should be same, and let us allocate this quantity at the last cell. So now availability has become 0, requirement has become 0. If you observe here, all the requirements are satisfied and all the availabilities are completely utilized. Now therefore we have reached to the optimum solution. This is the initial solution by least cost method. Now let us find out total transportation cost. Z mean equal to, now how to find out transportation cost? We have to look at the quantity, that is number of units, and cost per unit. Let us multiply the cost into units at the allocated cells only. Now therefore 7 into 10 plus 2 into 70 plus 7 into 40 plus 3 into 40 plus 8 into 8 into 8 plus 7 into 20. Now how much total cost comes? The total cost is rupees 814. So this is the IBFS and transportation cost by least cost method. Thank you for watching the video.